Pastor Elvis Agyemang, Alpha Hour, had this to say on one of his recent lives, and the internet is going wild. At first, when I saw it, I'm like, whoa. The headline says you can have 3 or more boyfriends or girlfriends if it is not courtship. Then I said, whoa, okay, let me go and look for the video because this sounds a bit weird. Okay, then I chanced on the video. Let's look at the video together. Let's see what he's saying.
In your courtship, you can have 3 boyfriends. If it's not courtship, you can have 3 boyfriends, 3 girlfriends, 5 girlfriends. That's why it's called friends.
Okay. There you go.
It's a process of knowing each other. Into the word cheating must not be in boy friendship.
You can also share what you think about this in the comment section.
Yeah, this sexy bam and a cheating so bam. Yeah, do unnecessary privileges bam and a cheating bam.
Okay.
And yes, sir, now for full.
Okay.
So you are allowed to have as many friends. When it's time to choose, you know who to choose. So in a relationship with you, as I say, yes, several people. In Senegal, you get to know who you are compatible with. Then you choose.
All right.
But a bra kiss in Belmupe and a coba says, any papa. A bra says, Bel, a bram benuepianama, a bram be soon, Noma, a bram be down chain Belmupe. And a sister relationship. But in your courtship, and Mama Mera. In your courtship, you can have as many boyfriends as possible. You can have as many girlfriends as possible, provided it is running on the essence of friendship. Think a drum rappers or warrior, what you sumo bako, then you give the person the privilege of the only. Then you enter into courtship with the person.
Keep watching.
Then you visit the home and say, I found this person. So from today,
I think he was
won't
having
look at anybody I was friends with.
an interaction with some people while doing the live.
And
I don't really follow Alpha Hour.
that in so and so time.
But I think
we will settle
there are some
down.
people. It's interesting
So by
how
that
they are like
if it's 3 months from
at the
that
background,
time, 4 months from that time, you know.
as though like they're
this is
receiving
the
some deep revelations.
I have to know his black type.
Interesting.
I have to know his that. I have to know his that. I have to know his that. I have to know his a little about what he likes, what he doesn't like. What because a date is set.
All right. So you have heard the Alpha Hour man, Pastor Elvis Agyemang, on the issue of dating and courting. And according to him, as you can hear, if only it is limited to friendship, you can have as many boyfriends or girlfriends as possible. The only problem is when sex comes in, when washing of clothes, cooking for him, doing all those things come in. That is where it is problematic. And of course, I get his point very clear, and I agree with him to some extent that, when relationships are over, when boyfriend-girlfriend relationships are over, people get pained. People get disappointed a lot because they feel they have invested so much into the relationship by doing what? Giving the women who say they have given their body to him and maybe washing for him, cooking for him, and all of that. And at the end of the day, he did not marry me or he disappointed me. So people feel sort of like pained when relationship end. If you go by what Pastor Elvis Agyemang is saying, you keep it purely friendship. You are just getting to know each other. You can have as many as you want, so long as nobody is getting some untoward benefits out of it. So long as it's that way. But even when it ends, nobody will be pained. That is what he's saying. That when you finally find the one, you choose that one out of the lots, and the lots will not feel disappointed that you have left them behind. You have gone to pick a lady that you are going to marry after all these years with them, or the men will not also feel being used. But I was surprised that Pastor Elvis Agyemang omitted money out of the things he was enumerating and pointed out only sex. There are people that are in boyfriend-girlfriend relationship and they are spending money on that girl. They are taking care of the girl in school. They are taking care of her when she's sick. They are even sorting out bills that has to do with her parents. You understand? They are paying rent. So I was surprised Pastor Elvis Agyemang omitted money out of the things he was enumerating. And as a matter of fact, that is a major concern of a lot of youths when it comes to friendship, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. If only the woman will not come and say, oh, I need this money, or they are chasing me out of my room, my rent is due, you are my guy, so you are supposed to come in for me. You understand? I'm not saying there are no ladies or women out there that also support men financially, but it is much more the other way than this way. So let me be the advocate for the men when it comes to the money aspect. What we hear most of women complaining about is, I've gone to wash clothes, I have been cooking for him, I've been doing that, I've given him all the stars in bed, right? And today he's leaving me, which I don't even support any woman or any lady cooking for a man that she is dating. And I don't even understand why you should even go and wash. If it's for cooking because you and him are going to share the food, it is different. But going over to stock up cooked food in his refrigerator or freezer for him to be consuming over a week or over a period of time, I don't get it at all. I don't understand why. And I don't understand why when you are dating someone, you need to wash for him and all of that. So what Pastor Elvis Agyemang is saying, I understand his point and I agree with him, but I'm only surprised that he didn't mention money. Now, let me also play the devil's advocate here. The way Pastor Elvis Agyemang explained it, the way he explained it, if I were in the room, I would have asked him a question. The man of God, please, when he said when he gets to courtship, then you have found a person, and then the person could be introduced to the family, the church, and the date is set. Until then, there shouldn't be anything like sex and all those things. But when you are in a friendship, you get to know the person before you decide. What actually do you want to know about the person before you get into marriage? We know that when it comes to marriage, two major things in marriage are money and sex. You understand me? Money and sex. If you don't have money, you cannot sustain a good home. If you are not able to give your husband, or your husband is not able to give you good sex, it's difficult to sustain a marriage. Let us not be hypocritical about this. There are so many other things that, like for example, respect and attention, caring, communication, and all those things. But I believe that if there is good sex, there will definitely be good communication. There will definitely be attention and all those other things. So I'm putting all those things under good sex. And then money, caring, taking care of the home, paying the bills and all those things, and ensuring a good future for the children. So money is very important in marriage. So if I'm a man, I'm going to make a decision concerning the partner to choose for marriage. I'm going to look at who will not weigh me down financially, and who I can grow with financially, and who I can also grow old with. That's what I will look at. I will look at someone that together we can build a legacy for our children. So if a young lady is also going to get married, she will definitely look at someone that can provide, someone that can take care of herself, and someone that can also take care of the children. I'm sure most young ladies will look at that. So now when you are at the stage of dating, which according to the definition that the pastor is giving us here, it is friendship. Sex shouldn't come in. Should money come in? So what I'm really saying is, for a young lady deciding on the partner you choose, when you are at the stage of friendship, by the definition of the pastor, will you ask your boyfriend money so you could be sure that, oh, this person can be a good provider when you marry him? Or let me put the question to the pastor Elvis Agyemang. That's what I'm saying. If I were in the room, I would have asked him that question, because he carefully omitted money out of the things he mentioned. Maybe the video had continued, maybe he said it, but from the portion I've listened to her watch, I didn't see him mentioning money. So I'm asking that if you're a lady, should you ask your boyfriend, friendship level, not courtship level, for money to see if he will be a good provider in marriage? So if your answer is yes, then should a guy also ask you for sex to see if you'll be good in bed for him when he marries you? Drop your answers in the comment section. And also, I want to also find out, during this stage of friendship, does it include sleeping over his house? Can you go to your multiple boyfriends as a lady and sleep over all of them to see, for example, if this one snores, to see, for example, this one farts? There are some people who, when they are sleeping, they'll be farting. Should you go to their home, sleep over to see if this one doesn't snore or this one does not fart? There are some people who divorce because the husband farts too much. So should you also do that? Should you sleep over when you are trying to know whom to decide on finally? Or will you go and ask his siblings or whoever? So I feel those questions should be answered. So I feel those questions, we need answers also to those questions. So you can drop your comment in the comment section to help us understand some of these things. And to people are now talking out their issues in marriage. It's become like very common, easy to hear people's cases and their issues in marriage. Unlike before, you hardly hear what is happening in people's marriage. You understand? So you might not know and enter, but right now the cases out there, people are married to people and the man is impotent. You understand? In those days, before they could even find one impotent man, it's very difficult. But right now, probably the foods we are eating, our lifestyle. You might marry someone. Me, I have met a woman before whose husband is an officer, and according to the husband, before they got married, his manhood was working perfectly. But after marriage, the manhood doesn't work anymore. This issue persisted until it was leading to a divorce. And this case, I have heard it. Many people have heard it. There are also social media platforms where people put out their issues in marriage, which scares the youth, which makes that decision of like abstaining before marrying the person very, very difficult. And it's no joke. I wouldn't be here and pretend to be an angel and judge anybody who decides to have sex before marriage or not. It is their personal choice. Some too may decide to wait, which is perfect. So tell me what you all think about this in the comment section. I'm out.